Alright, guys.
Yes, good girl.
One hot dog. We're gonna get through this. Good girl. There's a possibility neighbors will come out. We're gonna see how we roll with this. She has no idea what I'm talking to. Good girl. Hey! What? We gotta start this now? Get our tug toy? Huh? Here. We are not going for a car ride this time, kid. No, ma'am. Good girl.
Yes. Good job. Yes. Good girl. Good job. Hey. Hey. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Yes, good girl. Hey. What are you doing? Get. Get. Good girl. Good girl. Look. Foxtrot. Yes. Sit. Good job. Good girl. Good job. Yes. Or the itchies. We got the itchies. Yeah. Here we go. Is it good? Good girl. Want a toy? Yes. Bring. Bring. You're supposed to bring it to me, Goober. Goober. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
Alright, jump.
Yes. Good girl. Nope. Off.
Good girl.
Yes. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get.
Jump.
Yes. Good girl. What do you think? Foxtrot. Sit. Yes. Nope. Foxy, sit. Okay, free. Good girl.
I just needed the leash back. Alright, so I have one hot dog in my pocket, in my treat pouch. And we have our tug toy, which she's interested in both, which is awesome. She already had good girl. One jogger go by. It looks like my neighbors are having work done, so we may have some strangers to deal with. Good girl. I don't know if it cut off last time before I was able to say this, but when you're playing tug with her and you're ready for her to stop, ask, yes, good girl, off. Make yourself uninteresting. Stop moving, hold still, ask her to drop. As soon as she releases, make sure that you tell her, yes, good girl. You can choose to continue on about your day, or choose to give it back, or choose to give a food reinforcer or pets under the chin. Any of that stuff, guys. Good girl. So we're going to try to do the same exercise we did the last video before I was interrupted with my alarm. Apparently that cuts your video off, so hopefully that's not going to happen this time. Good girl. Yes. I'm loving this engagement out here. This is great.
Good girl. Drop. Yes. Good girl. New drop.
You see she's getting really excited. That's great.
You ready? Let's go. Good girl. Drop. Good girl. Come on.
We can hear some voices. Good girl. Come on. I don't think she knows we're up. There's people coming from the front yard, so we're going to see how this goes.
What are you doing? Come on.
Stop. Let's go. Good. Good girl. You're silly. Here. Come on.
Go get it. Go get it. Here. Good girl.
Come on. So this is really hard for her. So we're going out of sight to break that contact for the engagement. And I did toss the toy in front of her to see if she would be interested in it. And she was, which is good. That's a good indicator. Good girl. You're silly. Hey, Foxtrot. Come. Let's go. She's still responsive to let's go. That's it. Oh, what'd you do? Good girl. She keeps dropping the rope though. Good girl. So we're gonna try some, we call it scatter in the dog community. Good girl. So what I'm gonna try to do is see if when I click, and yes, I like this. She's even physically turning towards me. Good girl. These are hot dogs. We have one. Good girl. We're just clicking for silence. Say, hey, we see the trigger. We're gonna toss a hot dog down. Good girl. Yes, come on. Got other neighborhood dogs barking next door behind the house. Yes, good girl. That doesn't help anything because we don't know what they're saying. Good girl. Lots of people. Come on. Let's go. Good girl. Yes, good job. Very goofy. Good girl. I cut these pretty fine, but good job. So we're still a distance away and this is going great. Good girl. Good job. Yes, good job. Good girl, so proud of you. She's not even looking back. This is awesome. Good girl, yes. Engage, disengage. That was perfect. Good girl. Foxtrot. Sit. It's okay that she's still sitting with her back to me. Not really worried about that. Come on, free. Good girl. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Good girl. So it's a process, and every time you get into a new situation, you're gonna have to take a step back over and over and over again until we, yes, good girl, until we start getting that more often. Good girl. Come on. Yes. Good job. Come here. Good. Stop. Sit. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Let's go. Yes. I love that she's turning and looking at me. That is fantastic. Good girl. Come here. Yes. Girl. You lay down. Good. Okay, free. Good girl. That's a pretty hard ask for her when she's around people, so that's pretty good. Good girl. You don't have to worry about him. Nobody's here to hurt you, kid. Good girl. Good girl. Foxtrot. And we have the neighbors across the street playing now, so she's actually doing really, really well in tolerating this. It only took us 11 days to get here. It's not too bad. No longer interested in the toy. Good indicator that we're approaching her threshold, and that's fine. She's still taking hot dogs, that's okay. And even if she weren't, we'd be making a big fuss over it. Come on, let's go. Good girl, let's go. Little boofs. Walk inside us. She doesn't really want to turn her back to anybody because now we got noise. Good girl. But the moment that she turns around completely to put her back towards all the action going on there, big praise. Big, big, big praise. Good girl. Yes. Very good. Still rewarding for eye contact. Notice I'm standing in front of, but to the side of her. So I still want her to see the action. I know it's safe, it's fine. I'll check behind me to make sure nobody else is coming too close. But this isn't too bad, and it feels like we're halfway through my hot dog. So we chopped these up to little bits and pieces so they could go a little further. Yes! Good job, good eye contact. Come here.
Good job. Wait, do you want this? We don't really want this.
No. We don't want that at all. So that's okay.
Hi, what's that? Somebody's got bubble wrap. That's a weird noise.
Good girl. Disengagement. For that. Now, if I decide to walk all the way down the driveway. Good girl. Yes. Clicking for that noise and her not reacting because I don't know what it is. I could walk down the driveway, but one or two things could happen. We could be perfectly fine. She might tuck her tail and be like, oh my God, I hate this. Or she could go absolutely ballistic and ruin our entire day of work that we've done. And tomorrow we'll have to start from 2 or 3 steps behind from where we are right now. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. Because I don't have to walk by them, we're not going to. But we are going to see, I don't know if you guys can see the concrete, or the lines in the concrete here. There's one here. There's this one. There's this one.
Good job.
And there's this one. That third one is about as far as I think we could go without really pushing it. Good job. Yes, good sit. Thank you. But you know what? We'll try for number 4. Good girl. Yes. And we're going to stop and we're going to wait. If she starts barking and carrying on, all we're going to do is turn right back around, make a loop around the car just like we have been to try to break that eye contact and that focus. See how focused she is? Yes, good girl. It's not quite as intent and focused as she was from the beginning, so this is amazing. I'm really excited about it. She's still able to break her attention and look at me. Yes, very good. Even when I don't ask it, she thinks about looking to me, which is awesome. So I'm going to see, good girl, she's interested in going forward, so that's awesome too. I'm going to see if I can't get 1, 2, 3, 4 to that 4th line in my driveway, and we'll stop there for a moment. Unless she starts reacting, in which case we will turn around and we'll start over again. Good girl. Yes. So she started boofing there a little bit. And then it was 1, 2, 3 in a row. So we decided to increase the distance so that we don't escalate. Good girl. Yes. Looking at me after that. Good girl. Let's try again. Yes, very good. Coming with me a lot more willingly, away from the stuff that concerns her, which is so exciting, guys. Getting my nerd on with this stuff, because that right there, yes, very good. That is my bread and butter in life. I love it when a dog trusts you so much that they look to you for more information. I'm almost out of hot dog here. Good girl. Yes, very good. She just had a full dinner. She's not hungry. But she still wants it, which is totally fine. We're going to try that again. I'm going to see if I can't get rid of all my hot dogs this round. Good girl. And then we'll see if she'll come out here and relax enough to play again, and then we're going to end our session. Yes, very good. You're such a good dog. You ready? Let's go. So that wasn't too bad. I pushed it and I dropped a hot dog that we needed to go back for. Going down, her tail was still untucked. She was a lot more relaxed. That was fantastic. That's exactly what I want to see. And then about halfway, or 2/3 of the way back, she tensed up a lot more. So that's okay. That's good. I think that was all my hot dogs. So that's it. If you guys need a time frame or something to good girl, to judge how long your sessions need to be, cut up X amount of treats. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, half a cup, 2/3 of a cup, and when they're done, they're done. Okay, and then you can end your session. She's just sitting here watching. I'm gonna see if I can actually see her in this clip. Good girl. She still comes with me. She looks for me, so that's pretty great. Good girl. What do you think? Do you want to play? Huh? Good girl. And actually, you know what? Let's see if we can't sit here and hang out for a minute. So tail is still tucked a little bit, but it's actually more down here. I'm sorry. I don't want to push my luck too much with this. I'm doing it because I have a pretty good understanding of her and what we have to do to bring it back around to where we are now today. Good girl. But this seems to be a pretty good distance for her to just hang out. As long as she's not reacting. Now, the pitfall could be if she decides, for whatever reason, that, hey, they're all of a sudden in my bubble and I'm going to react. And we could undo all of today. And then tomorrow we have to work a couple steps behind and build ourselves back up. I'm taking that gamble. I like to take risks. Especially because I know I can get her back up there pretty quick. But now, yes, good girl. She's relaxing her tail a little bit more, but she's not bringing it up like she wants to play. There's no more baby. It's all gone. It's all fine. I'll let her stick her nose in there. There's nothing she can get, you know, it's empty. I'm not really worried about it. She was really weirded out by the neighbors playing catch down on across the street. We got down there and the ball hit the net and she was like, oh, hey, hi. It's okay. He's not here to get you. Oh my goodness. Tiny little boofs. Hi. That's Foxtrot. Wanna go outside? No? Good girl. Good girl. Out of treats, weird noises, weird packages to her because she's a dog. So we're gonna sub with pets. What species? Alright, we'll shake it up. Because I imagine that they're gonna be in and out a little bit, and I don't want to be a creeper sitting out here and watching them. But it's for the benefit of the dog. Not too bad. Something I could say about the pets, a lot of people, come here, let's see if I can't demo this. A lot of people will sit there and really like pet their dogs super fast. That doesn't help anything. Make sure you're petting slow and long, calm strokes. That's the best for this kind of thing. Find her sweet spots. Really what petting is all about, especially when you have a reactive dog or a dog that's not quite comfortable in a scenario, is picking different spots on their body. So if I'm sitting here and I'm petting her shoulder for a couple of seconds, I might move to lower on her back. And all of that different contact is, how can I describe this? Kind of like grounding, trying to keep her present here before she goes off on her own little tangent. You a good girl? Yes, good girl. What do you think? But we're going to end it there since we're on such a great note, and I will catch up with you guys later. Come here.